Awesome. Well, thank you for being here. Super excited to finally get your story on the books because this
Yes.
one was just phenomenal. We were just talking about how, I remember when we started and things were not in a good place and you
Definitely
have
not.
literally just blossomed. I'm so excited. Okay. Before we get too crazy, who are you? Where are you from?
All right. My name is Catherine Jesty. I am lovely age of still 38, not there yet, but still that, and from Akron, Ohio.
Fantastic. I love it. So, how was your relationship before we started working together? What did that look like? What did it feel like? Give me the outline here.
Before I started working with you, I was the classic married single mom. So, married to my husband, but for a good last probably 6, 7 years, just felt like a single woman married to something, and just there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, how did that feel for you? Like, what had you reaching out? Like, what about that? Obviously, like married single woman is a very good way to put it. But like,
Mhm.
how are you feeling in those moments? Like, what was the straw? You know what I mean?
That year was pretty, yeah, last year was pretty much the breaking point of, okay, a couple of big life changes happening within my life that just made me start to question everything of, okay, I'm married. I'm married to the person that I absolutely love. I know deep in my soul that I still love him, but why am I feeling completely and utterly alone and overwhelmed and just barely getting by?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's like you hit it. Like you
Yep.
nailed that.
Mhm.
Oh, I do remember that. And so, like, what were the specific things that you guys were struggling with? Like, I remember there were conversations about like things from the past that you struggled to get over, and there were like chores around the house that you're like, why doesn't he just help? And like, what kinds of like struggles were you dealing with?
Basically doing absolutely everything on my own. I was responsible for the bills. I was responsible for the childcare. I was responsible for any and all housework, any and all plans, be it travel, be it social. And basically, if I did not specifically write down something, or if I completely spaced because I had too much time on my, or too much like mist in my head, it would just completely go by the wayside.
Yeah. So like he wasn't he wasn't like picking up any slack whatsoever, right?
If one of the children came to him directly, yes, he would go and do bath, or he would do that. But unless you specifically asked him, or specifically, hey, could you do this for me? Yeah, that was not happening.
Yeah. Okay. And I do remember us talking about how there was an element here where you kind of took on a lot of it on your own,
Mhm.
and he kind of like just followed your lead to a large degree. And I know that a lot of women actually have that. They struggle with that as well, where they're
Mhm.
just like, oh, well, I'm just going to do it because
If
one,
I don't do it, it's not going to get done. Right.
exactly. That and I remember us talking about that. And then remind me, if I don't remind you, remind me because later on we're going to talk about how we overcame that because that's not something you struggle with anymore.
Nope.
Yeah. So, next question for you is what made you say yes to me as your coach? Like what stuck out to you about me as opposed to somebody else?
So I've you came across the For You feed on my Insta,
Yes.
and it was, there are other people out there, like, are you a woman that's stuck in a this marriage, and and do you feel this way or do you feel that way? And everyone I don't know, had a certain tone of, you don't need this, you're better than this, just do this. And that was not the mindset that I was. You were the first one to come across my feed. Well, do you feel stuck? Well, may there's still hope out there. There's still a way out there. And it's like that was like a breath of fresh air, like, oh, she doesn't sound like everybody else. Okay. Because I knew deep down in my heart, like, I don't want to get divorced. I don't want to be a single person. And I already had that in my head that it was a little bit both of us, but mostly it's like I needed to change my thinking. I needed to start with me. I needed to heal with me. And that's basically what you were spouting. I had enough awareness to know, yeah, it takes two to make a mess, but how am I helping that? How can I stop helping that?
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah,
That's a really great description. And yeah, you're right. Girlfriends, like that is what I do. I am the one that's like, no, you shouldn't be leaving. You should be trying to fix it.
right. And still to this day, there is just I'm like, oh my goodness, what, you silly. Okay. Okay, this is funny. All right. It's adorable.
Yes. See, and like, oh, just when you lift the seriousness off of some of that stuff, it's just like, oh, that's not as hard as it needs to be. It's just
Right.
whatever.
You would be off topic, but you would be amazed how much annoying me and Chris are to other couples now. We are
Oh,
so flippant. Like over the holiday, I don't know if I've told you this.
okay.
My one girlfriend had a birthday in November. I think I might have text messaged you or something,
Yeah.
but she legit could not invite me and Chris because she was
Yes.
asked to because we're just too happy.
I love that.
Right.
I love that. The fact that you annoy other people because you're so happy and they are not. This is gold, girl.
Right. I love it. And he likes it too. He's oh, is that your wife on the phone? Yeah, we're just making dates for we're just making plans for a date 2 weeks from now. And and they just look at him weird, is what he tells me.
Because they don't have that. And
Right.
this is what you've cultivated. Oh, I love it.
Right.
Oh, you're so cute and sick. I love it.
Yes. Which was originally what we intended to do when we first got together. It's like our first like relationship goals was we wanted to be the couples that made everybody sick.
And you got it.
Right? We're back.
Yes, you're so back. Oh, that's perfect. That intention is coming to fruition. And now you get to pour into it. And I know you do, like every single day. Oh, this is amazing. See, now we're gonna get into the after. We're already in the after. Girl, we're skipping around. Okay. Was there anything that almost stopped you from signing up? Anything at all?
Fear. Honest to God. It's like the inner, it's like you even mentioned in our first thing, like things are gonna change. And the fear of what that change was gonna bring. Like you when you hear that change, like it could go either way. And in my mind, it's like I was thinking to myself, like, okay, if there's going to be a significant change in me, how is that going to shift outward? And I even told Chris before even signing up, my husband, like, I'm going to do this and I'm going to try my best, but who knows? I may come out of this and be like, yeah, this is what I need to do. You never know. It's not your intention, but if you're shifting things around, boom.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was pretty much the long. It's like, am I ready for this? Is this boom? What's going to come out of this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so with that, with knowing that you had that fear,
Mm-hmm.
what actually made you pull the trigger?
I know I needed it. I
Mm,
stagnated and I did not want to be in the same spot a year from now. I did not want everything that I was experiencing. I did not want anymore and I did not want to carry on. So I just was like, you know what? Boom.
yeah.
It's always the first step out the door that starts that great journey.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. Absolutely. Okay, so now we're going to move on to like the during process. Okay, it's been a little while because everything got hectic over the holidays, but like during the
Oh
process.
no, it's still happening. It's some
Oh
of the
yeah.
stuff that started still I find myself like, whoa, especially in like the last 2 months with
Yeah.
everything that has gone on, especially in the last 2 months. Yeah.
You have just exploded and not stopped since we stopped. Like that's been very apparent. Literally like crickets from you. I'm like, girlfriend, are you alive? Like what's happening?
Right.
It's just been you've been so busy, and that to me, that is success because you've been busy in the best way. And I love it. And I can't wait for it to be here. Like if anybody's watching this, like you gotta hear this, okay? So, all right. So during your time, we had several things that I know that you have like latched onto and have been super helpful for you. But like those are the things that I know about. What have been your biggest takeaways during this process?
The biggest takeaways that you kind of put with me is the process that started when we wrote down all of the negative self-talk or all of your belief systems. And once you read it out loud and being like, where did that come from?
Yeah.
And as you start to question everything and you hear the voice, like the first install, it's like, you are not what you were raised to be. And let's peel away
Yeah.
the things that deep down in soul, like, okay, yeah, no, we don't believe that anymore. Why did we believe that in the first place? Oh, that's where that come from. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And starting to unravel everything that has been like put on top of you. And to me, it's just like one leaf came off and something that gray just turned rainbow. Or I'm walking down the street and instead of seeing a squirrel, I am seeing a unicorn kind of situation. And it's
Okay.
like, okay, whoa. And that just feeds into why, if that's not true, then how is this true? And if that's not true, and yeah.
Yes. Awesome. So like that whole rabbit hole just opened up for you.
Oh, it is so deep and so wide.
And it's just been ongoing. It just keeps
Yes.
keeping on.
You do not know how far that goes down.
Yeah, for sure. So like all of these things that are attached to like your identity,
Mm-hmm.
all of a sudden just being like, oh wait, maybe not.
I did not realize that half of the personality that I was trying to hold on to was just a trauma response.
Ooh, that is powerful.
Right?
That is powerful.
It is. It is. It's like, wait a minute. Is that truly me? No, it's
Yeah.
not.
And how much have you released since that point?
I feel like I have lost 765 pounds. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Yeah. And honestly, like just your aura. We talked about this before we even started recording. Like you look lighter. You look as if things are not nearly as heavy and you're not holding everything as like it's not baggage anymore. You just look so light and airy.
I feel like it. I feel
I love it. It's so good. Okay. So what about your relationship? What are some of the biggest shifts you've made with Chris?
I can hear him now, if that means absolutely anything. I did not realize how much I actually was not hearing.
Okay. Can you dig into that for me? Because I know what that means, but if anybody else is watching this, what does that mean for you?
Instead, he could say like just one sentence to me. It's like, I'm sorry I did not get the laundry done. But now it's okay. I know you didn't get the laundry done, but I know I see you did this, and I see you did this, and you see you did that, and I see you did that, and it's yeah. You don't need to explain. I can see what you did.
Yeah. Okay. So it's kind of like there's a new your eyes were open. There's a new level of appreciation. Like you
Oh,
can
most definitely.
like you're seeing the wider perspective of him at this point.
Yes. Yes.
And how has that affected you guys?
So, my goodness, how hasn't it? I actually like we have we have made time to actually spend where we don't talk about anything. It's just spending time together.
Mm.
Just we don't have to talk about this being on fire or this hasn't happened, or we specifically now at least once a week for a couple of hours just
Oh, that's so good. And has that like what has that done for you guys? Just having that space, that time where you're just together.
it has made our home life just so much better. Everything is flowing easier. The kids have just completely there was a level of anxiety, especially with our daughter, that I did not realize was inherent, especially in the interaction between me and my husband.
Hmm.
Completely and utterly. She came up to me the other day. It's like, I'm so glad you and dad are romantic again.
Oh my gosh.
Right.
That is so amazing. Like we really don't real, especially when we have children, we really don't realize how far reaching our relationships are beyond ourselves. When we
Right.
have children and they're watching and they can see these things, they're very perceptive, especially your children,
Mm-hmm.
very perceptive with these types of things. And to see that she is now picking up on it and able to verbalize that to you, that is a dramatic shift, girl. Yes, that's amazing.
I know. And then again, I was triple fold when she came up to say that to me. In the back of my mind, it's like, oh, that's awesome, but how much damage did I actually do?
But see, now you can handle that. You
It's
can handle
true.
that.
It's true.
It's like, no, just keep on keeping on how you are now.
Now, especially during Christmas, it's one of those, okay, you see what's going on and you see how is everything going for you and your kids, and you remember it's one of those flexes like, oh, yeah, that used to be that. They're not going to have to worry about that anymore. Oh,
Yeah.
that used to be. I can remember how you guys interact. Yeah, they don't know that. Cool.
Yeah, it
You
is
don't
kind of like a silent.
realize, especially in the society that we're in, how even just small little steps are such breakers in that generational trauma. Just small little, like, oh, kids aren't going to have to worry about that. Oh, kids don't have to worry about that. Awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that that's again so powerful. It's so influential. Even those tiny little things, even like the letting go of this or the listening here, and it trickles down. And you're right. It
Oh,
it
it does.
it chips away at everything that we experience that we don't want our kids to have. I love that.
That was the biggest takeaway, especially one of those first things, as I was telling you everything that kind of was put upon me, and even how it's like, okay, yeah, you are not them. And it's not genetic. That was the biggest thing you told me. It's like, yeah, it's not genetic. You don't have to worry about that. It's fine.
Yeah. Isn't that wild?
It is.
We just think it runs in the family.
Yeah, but it doesn't have to.
It doesn't have to.
It doesn't have to. Yeah, I may have some curly hair, and we all have, genetic, but yeah, the level of ness that we all have to deal with to a certain point. No.
Absolutely not. Not a thing. Well, you just kind of jumped into what I was going to say next. I'm like, so like what internal mindset shifts have you like noticed since we started working together and like any tangible results? Like you definitely have outlined a ton of goodness that just bloomed and blossomed from this. But mindset shifts, tangible results, what have you noticed?
Mindset shift. I'm just how I was and how I am now. How I was afraid to go up and talk to people and intimidated. You can't shut me up now. Um, I will approach people now. I am not afraid to go up and talk to somebody or to go and just help some random person, or if they're standing there alone, just, hey, how you doing? What's going on? Yeah.
I love it. That's so good. And you're right, before it was like, but I don't want to talk to them. We
Right.
definitely went through that whole process of like embracing who you are and who you want to be. I remember specifically talking about how you wanted to dress.
Mm.
And that I was like, you get to be that person. People look at you because you are different and you have that aura about you. It's not judgment. It's
Mm-mm.
literally like, oh, that person shines. That person shines.
Oh yeah.
And you
You
get to
should have seen me during Christmas giving away cookies and Stample. I just had people coming up to me. It's like, okay, where'd you get those? Just handing. Oh no, this is where I am. Oh, this is me. Hi, how you doing? Oh, try this. Did it? Yeah.
oh, I'm sorry, I missed that.
It
That was probably amazing.
was cool.
Oh, I love it. Girl, you do shine. You shine so hard. Okay.
I'm just having like the most fun. And again, and it's annoying a lot of people, especially my coworkers. I have kind of alienate, especially yeah, it's like don't yeah, I don't want to deal. You're just too joyous. You can go over there.
This is kind of like the best part though.
I
So
know.
you're like vibrating people out of your circle.
I've had to find all new people.
People who you can actually vibe with, like, because these people
Exactly.
are
Get
downers.
up on the level.
Yes, you're literally vibrating higher, and these people aren't ready for it. And it's amazing that your husband has been able to rise with you.
It
I,
has been a learning curve, slightly. But
but yeah,
he's amazing.
I agree.
Absolutely amazing. Yep.
So what has your experience been like overall? Because it's been, gosh, when did we start? August? July?
Yes. August.
August.
Because the final straw happened the end of July. And
Mm.
that's when, yeah, it came into my feed and yeah.
So like it's been basically like 6 months.
Yep.
How's your overall experience been?
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Thinking things that I never thought I would think. Doing things that I never thought I would do. I am trying to think back because I told Chris we were having this talk today, and I was even being a smarty. It's like, how's your experience now that I went through this? And his eyes just lit up, and he's like, "You're brighter, and you're more fun to be with." And I'm like, "Aw, it's so cute." And he says hi, by the way.
Oh,
Um, but yeah, I don't really remember or the person that I was this time last year. It's like, who was that person? I don't remember.
that's okay.
Right.
Oh my gosh. I I'm like starting to get misty. Like I can't
Aww.
like I can't. Girl, you You are such an incredible human being.
Aw, you're gonna make me cry now. Stop it.
Like I can't even the progress that you have made from the beginning to now. And like now is like literally, I know we were doing the work when we were doing the work, but now is it what it feels like you are just starting to take off like a shot.
Right.
Oh, I'm so proud of you.
We're going to get our my first passport next week.
Oh my God, for the cruise.
Yes, for the cruise.
I hope they let you smile when you take your picture because they
Yes.
wouldn't let me
They
smile.
would like,
Fine.
oh,
I look
I
like a
have to
freaking
remember that.
convict. Oh, it's awful. I should really have it redone. I had it I'd taken like right before I went to India like 5 years ago. So
Well, cool. Yes, we're going to the Bahamas.
jealous.
It's a Disney cruise, so it's the Bahamas and then their private island. And then we're spending a week in Florida.
So it's gonna be even better.
Yes.
Oh my God. I can't wait to hear about this. And you
I'm
guys,
turning 39 in Epcot.
that is such a dope place to turn 39.
Yes.
Yes.
And we're having breakfast with princesses in Norway because that's how I want to start my 39th year.
The fact that you are literally crafting this for yourself, anybody
Yes.
who's watching this, like this is how life can be.
Mm-hmm.
You taking action, making it happen. I wanted to start my 39th year with princesses in Norway. That's what I wanted, and it's going to happen because I made it happen. That's what we're talking about here. Okay, this is the level of vibration that we are attaining here. Oh my gosh. All right, so scale of 1 to 10. What would you say?
27?
Yes. Right
Maybe
answer.
127?
Oh, I'm so glad. So glad.
Oh,
Okay.
the kids, we've had snow last week and it's just randomly just throwing snowballs at them,
Yes.
unexpected snowballs. And they looked at me weird, like, Mom, what are you doing? And I'm like, you don't know.
Gotta keep you on your toes.
You never know when it's coming.
Oh my gosh. Just
Right.
expect the unexpected. That's what it
Mm-hmm.
is now.
You got to keep them. You got to keep them on their toes.
Oh, I love that. So it's so fun. So fun. Ah, okay. So if someone were thinking about working with me, if they were considering working with me based on your experience and the one that is just, it's just keeping going, based on your experience, if someone was considering working with me, what would you tell them?
I would suggest that yes, this program, as long as you're not afraid of finding out who you truly are and doing the work, yes, do it. You do it. Just do it. Just don't no questions. You do not know what you don't know, and you do not know what is possible. Just yes.
I love it. Oh my gosh, yes.
Yes.
So, is there anything else that you want to add? Is there anything specific that you remember or anything that you would want other people to know about the program, about me, about anything that you want to tack on here?
But you're fun.
Oh,
It's a fun experience. It's a scary but a fun experience. And you make some of the harder stuff not super hard. It is easier to digest and to do what needs to get done. You make it very easy to do.
awesome. That's really good to know, actually.
Yes.
You're right. Some of this stuff is not easy.
But it's you're not super heavy, super no. It does not need to be that way. It
Yeah,
doesn't.
exactly. Exactly. Amazing. Well, thank you. Thank you for being here. And I very much appreciate this. And honestly, if you don't keep me updated, like
Oh, I will.
we're gonna fight.
But no, I got to send you all the links so you can keep up with all the links.
Absolutely.
Because I'm not a social media natural, but I'm getting there.
Yes. I
That
get
is that is the next work that I am putting in, doing things that feel unnatural because I'm old, but it's natural. But it's what they do now. So
yes.
there's that.
Doing the things that are unnatural and making them more natural. Yes, this is the next natural step. I love it. Love
All
it.
right.